What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So yesterday they did end up releasing an article for the Season 5 quality of life improvements. Now I did want to make a video on this and talk about this a bit today because, well, some of this stuff does look pretty dang good, and then I also have to give my honest thoughts on that. You know we have to do that here. So the first part of the article, though, is going to be the Year 1 quality of life recap, elevating the Motorfest experience. So we are, of course, going to have the custom show improvements, which you can actually buy cars directly from it, winning, viewing cars, dynamic spawn points, and a new custom show calendar. The next one they actually did was the main stage updates, theme weekly challenges, and stuff like that, which is pretty dope. After that, though, we're going to have the grand race enhancements. Vehicle categories are now visible with clear reward notifications. After that, though, it's then going to have the difficulty adjustments. Difficulty levels displayed in all menus can be changed mid-event. That was actually going to be a pretty nice change to have in the game, not going to lie there. The next one, faster car loading times, quicker access to your vehicle collection. Then we're going to have the multi-scrapping, of course, being able to get rid of multiple different parts a lot quicker instead of sitting there for basically 30 minutes trying to get rid of one part at a time. I have to admit something right here, guys. This and also the other one, part swapping, giving players the ability to switch parts between vehicles in the same category with the click of a button. I have to admit right now, I do actually like they did add this into the game, but we have to admit it. That was actually something in the Crew 2, so that basically had to be in the game. In ways, I'm actually kind of surprised we did not have the multi-scrapping and the part swapping in the game when it did actually release, considering it was on the Crew 2 at the end of the game on the last update in it, which is a bit odd. The last one, though, is going to be the map filters. We've upgraded the map filters with new presets that show you the activities, linked to specific main stage tracks so you can navigate your way through your progression easier. But now let's move over to the year 2 things and see what we're actually getting. So the first one is going to be the rear view mirrors. A significant and long awaited update, rear view mirror functionality will provide players with improved situational awareness, giving a better view of competitors and the environment behind them. Available on new gen consoles and PC only. The next one after that, though, is going to be the view parts in the card list. Players will soon be able to see installed car parts directly from the card list, simplifying the process of managing and optimizing vehicle setups. If you are wondering, I'm going to guess right now and say this is probably going to be the thing we had in the Crew 2 when it ended. That is basically going to be the small icon on the game itself showing you what parts that you do have. This is actually something many players have been asking for. It does honestly surprise me a bit it took an entire year to add this into the game, but I guess that's hopefully going to be for good reasoning. The next one is going to be Prestige tickets in the Summit, and that is going to read, while not a quality of life change, but instead a new feature. Prestige tickets will be available to earn in the Summit for players completing challenges during the Summit. So it is, of course, going to be the new custom mode they are adding into the playlist. The next thing is going to be the Bug Reporter. This will help to improve the tracking of any issues players are having in-game. More news on this coming soon. That would actually be a pretty nice thing to have, I would probably say. The next thing, though, is going to be the RPG enhancements. We are aiming to improve the experience of all of our players that are always on the lookout to kit out their favorite vehicle in the best parts possible. Here's a quick rundown of some of the new features we are hoping will achieve this. The first one, guys, merging. A merging system will be introduced, allowing players to combine 3 parts of the same rarity, combining them into the same part of the upgraded rarity. This allows players to farm legendary parts on a specific type at a much faster rate in exchange for spare parts and bucks. Now, what I did get from this, though, is let's say you're actually trying to get a chemist part or something. If you actually have 3 of the regular gold parts, you could probably exchange it for something like a chemist, a score breaker, or an actual loot digger. That way you could probably complete sets much quicker, but you're going to have to spend parts and bucks to do it. I do admit this is actually pretty dope, and what's funny about it is I did end up making a video talking about something like this probably 8+ months ago. So I am actually pretty happy to see this being added. The last thing here, though, is going to be the legendary set half bonuses. Legendary sets now have activation steps. This new system will reward players with 50% of the bonuses if they have 3 parts of the legendary set equipped, and 100% of the bonus if they choose to equip the full set. This will allow players the opportunity of more flexibility and opportunities to maximize their performance in their own creative way. This means you can actually combine the effects of two legendary sets on the same vehicle, which was not previously possible. Now, I do admit this is actually going to be very cool, guys. I'm looking forward to trying this. And I do admit, though, this is actually a pretty cool concept. Let's just say, for example, you're going to want to run something like a loot digger, maybe a half loot digger and a half chemist. As long as you actually have the three parts on there, you'll get a 50% bonus for each of them. That means you can actually farm parts a tad easier, and you'll also have a nice boosted part on there so you can actually be a tad quicker in the events. That way, if you actually want to have chemist on there, you can have like a 50% booster. Then you can also have a 50% booster for loot digger. What's also going to be cool about that is you'll then be able to merge more parts that you end up getting when running something like a loot digger. So that's actually pretty dang awesome. You can even run something like half chemist or something like that, half score breaker, and there's probably going to be a lot of cool combinations I will definitely be messing with. I would actually say, guys, half boosted sets is pretty dang dope. Besides that, though, that's basically all the entire article is going to say for the changes. Now, I would like to guess that if they were going to have more stuff in here or more important things, it would probably most likely been shown in this article. If you might be wondering, well, what do you mean, Block? Here's the thing, guys. This article does not say a single thing about the challenges being broken. I'm really hoping the update that comes out next week is actually going to fix the broken challenges in the game, because there is actually a lot of them. Some of them where you can't basically hit anything in the event with like a clean driving modifier doesn't work, equipping a tire vanity doesn't work. I really do hope this is actually going to be fixed in the next update. If it's not, I do have a feeling this is probably not going to go over very well with the community, though. Now, I am hoping it's actually going to be like a ghost type of patch in this big update, because it is definitely needed. My goodness. Let me know your thoughts on that, by the way. The next thing I have to mention is it's not saying anything about the issues joining a crew still, and also being able to start events together. Anybody else trying to do races recently, trying to join your friend, and boom, you go into a playlist event, and guess what? You have to play this event solo. Kind of annoying, right? Really hoping they actually get something fixed with the actual crew joining issues that have legitimately plagued the crew series since the crew 1. Really hoping we see something about that in the actual patch notes. But then again, guys, I'm really hoping they actually release the patch notes. I do understand these are like the big things they are showing, and I'm really hoping those are actually going to be shown in the patch notes. Then again, though, I would say something like the playlist challenges being broken would probably be kind of a priority, I would think. Am I right? I mean, a lot of players are having issues. If a new player wants to get on the game and do the challenges, they kind of can't. That's kind of a problem if you ask me, though. But overall, though, guys, do let me know your thoughts on the quality of life improvements coming in Season 5. I do admit some of these are actually pretty dope, like the half legendary boosted set is awesome. I'm also going to be excited to finally be able to see my car part, or at least my set bonus, on the vehicle that I'm actually trying to use. At least that's what I'm going to guess and say that's probably going to be. We definitely need that here in year 2. The other thing I would say is going to be pretty awesome is going to be the merging thing, which I will definitely be breaking down the merging thing in a different video when it does come out, including a video on the legendary half set, the best ones you can run, the most efficient ones, and stuff like that. Do let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below.